Hey there, welcome to Feast and Farm Cooks. My name is Rachel Ballard and today we're making oven roasted salmon cakes, also known in the southern world as a good old salmon patty. Now my recipe is baked. For years and years we did this in a fried version, which you can absolutely do on the stovetop if you want to, but I just find baked to be not only healthier but a lot easier, much more hands-off. So that's why I do it this way. Here's what you're going to need to make your salmon patties. So we're starting out with a can of wild Alaskan salmon. Now, if you don't want to do it this way, this is the whole fish pretty much inside here, except the head. You'd have to clean it yourself. If you're not interested in cleaning it yourself, you can get it in a can like tuna now with all the bones and the skin removed. So if that's simpler for you, go that route. I also have some Worcestershire sauce, onion powder. If you like onion and you like a strong onion flavor, feel free to put regular chopped onion in here if you'd like. This is spicy brown mustard, but Dijon works great here as well. An egg, some mayonnaise, Old Bay seasoning, which you'll find in your spice aisle. It's made by McCormick, and it's typically something we use for like low boil kind of shrimp or fish dishes. It's fabulous. You'll love it, and it absolutely must be here for the best recipe, so don't leave that out if you can. And then back here, of course, is my cleaned canned salmon. So let's get started. This is really just assembly. This is a recipe that I actually keep on hand all the time. These ingredients are in my pantry all the time, so I can throw this together when I can't think of anything else to make. So here's what we're going to do. Move everything over so you can see. It's just dump and mix, really. No skills required. So in goes our mayonnaise. Put that in first. Doesn't really matter what order you do this in. We'll put in our egg. That's just your binder. And because your fish is already cooked, really you're just kind of heating everything up. There's no worry about checking temperatures or is it done all the way or any of those things. So we're just going to put all of these in, and I'm going to throw in, now the exact measurements are over on the Feast and Farm website. I do this by eye because I've been making these for 20 years. So I just kind of throw it in there, but feel free to get the ingredients over there. Now, I'm going to move my little spatula. He's not going to work. Get my fork. And I'm just going to kind of whip this together until it's all combined. And then we're going to add our binder. Now, I use saltine cracker crumbs here, but if you don't want to use saltine crackers, if you're on a low-carb diet or you're diabetic or you're watching your carbs for some reason, you can use Parmesan cheese here, actually, and it works wonderfully. And I really think you can leave out the crackers or any of that altogether. My mom always used breadcrumbs in this, but I like the crackers. They have a little salt. I'm not adding any extra salt here, so they do add a little bit of salt. And I'm only going to use, I don't know, a third of a sleeve maybe. And I just kind of crunch them in my hands and drop them in there. And I don't just load it down in them, just a few. Doesn't have to be a lot. And I've actually started adding, you can add fresh herbs to this. Fresh dill or parsley is delicious in here. I do that a lot. And we just eat these up. They're also fabulous rewarmed and in lunches, and a great way to get your omega-3s and your fish in your diet. So very, very, very simple. Okay, that's it. Now let me show you how to form these. So all you do, and in my family, they're big eaters. So 1 can of salmon, I usually have to double this for the 4 of us. These get eaten in 1 meal. So 1 can would serve, it makes about 6 patties typically, but in our house, that's not enough. So you just plan accordingly for your family. If you've got little bitties who will be eating these, just make them tiny ones. They don't have to have a big one. So I'm making these, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches across probably. And I'm just kind of dividing that as evenly as I can. If you see that one's super tiny and one's great big, just borrow from one and give to the other. So that made 5 for me based on Ballard family eating size. I'm in the habit of making them in the size that I know my family will eat. So, okay. So just pat those out. They're going to go in a 375 oven for about 15 to 20 minutes until they're just kind of golden brown on the edges. Don't bake them to death because you don't need to, okay? So I'll show you what they look like when they come out. Be back in just a second. Okay, our salmon patties are out of the oven and they're perfect. It was so simple. That was about 12 minutes, 13 in the oven or so, and they're just set and firm, and I'm going to take a little piece off here to get a bite. They smell so good. They don't smell overly fishy because we've added plenty of spices and mustard and all these extra ingredients that take off the edge. So if you're not really sure if you're a fish lover, this is a really nice recipe to start with. I hope you'll make it in your own kitchen very soon. Tell me how you like it. I can't wait to hear. Thank you so much for following me here on Feast and Farm Cooks. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. You can do that right here, or you can watch my most recent video right there. Thank you so much for being here. See you again soon. Bye.